How's it going, everybody? Chris Card's back through the mail. Monday, 8 returns for you today, including our very first return coming to us from Miami. And we have, let's see who we've got in envelope number 1. This envelope is barely together. It looks like it's been through the ringer. We've got an unsigned index card, and we got some tiny cards in here of Juan Marell. We got a couple of Gypsy Queen cards, and probably an Allen and Ginter mini card, all signed by Hall of Famer Juan Marell. $10 a card, $40, 220s. Sent him some tiny cards, and at 84 years young, he signed them beautifully. I have sort of an obsession with getting these cards signed. Chris Cards, what are you going to put these in? A card saver? Oh, no. No, I got the top loader to go with these tiny little cards and the penny sleeves as well right here. So, 1983 third ballot Hall of Famer Juan Marell spent many years, 16 in fact, in the bigs, 14 with the San Francisco Giants, 1 year with the Boston Red Sox, believe it or not, 11 games, and believe it even more or not, 1 game with the Los Angeles Dodgers way back in 1970. Actually 2 games with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Sorry, I shortchanged him 1 year. Awesome signer at 84 years young, or maybe he's 86 years young. He's one of those 2 ages, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nice return from him. Yeah, I like getting these tiny little cards signed. All these legends have passed away this year, including a couple of former Giants. We still have Juan, and he's still a national treasure as far as signing through the mail. Glad to get these 4 signed. Very happy to have them in my collection. Awesome way to start off through the mail Monday number 290 here on August of 2024. Let's move on, guys, to return number 2. All right, let's stay in Florida with our next return here from West Palm Beach. And we have, we've got some vintage Marty Atina here on a 1960 Topps card, as well as a signature card. Did not fill out the back. They never do. Marty Atina with a nice little signature here. Almost 92 years of age, Marty Atina. Very nice return from him. Didn't get his start in the big leagues until 1959 when he was almost 28 years old. Pitched 4 years in the bigs, 59 and 60 with the Kansas City Athletics, 61 and 62 with the Washington Senators. Marty Atina, still one of the classics that sign. Very beautiful signature from him. Man, I wish first of all, I don't think I'm going to make 92. And if I do make 92, I hope I can write as good as that. That's a beautiful signature from Marty. There's his information. Still going strong. Couple of classics here to start this week's Through the Mail. A Monday off. Let's find out who is in return number 3. Denver, Colorado, our next return. Return number 3 of 8. As I try to find out where to open this without ripping the index card there. I did not rip it. It was not signed. Usually not signed. It lives to see another envelope. And we've got Goose Gossage on an 84 Topps traded card, printed in beautiful white paperboard. Check out the back and how nice that is. The gray paperboard that Topps used during those years, at that time of the year, they were printing off football cards, so they did not have the capacity to print off the traded set. So that was outsourced to their Canadian printing buddies up there, and they use a nice white paperboard. So if you ever wondered why the traded sets were always so nicer looking than the base set, and they weren't Tiffany cards. That is why. Goose Gossage played forever in the bigs, 22 total years, a 2008 9th ballot Hall of Famer. Played for like a million different teams, including he got into 36 games for the Seattle Mariners. Couple of stints with the Yankees, who he spent the most time with, 7 years actually with the Yankees. And there's information. That's what it looks like when I put the card in the envelope and I forgot to take a picture of it. Took a picture of just the envelope with his address. $10 a card for Mr. Richard Goose Gossage. One outspoken individual, now 72 years young. He's getting up there, boys. We're all getting up there. Good grief, what's happening? Let's go on to our 4th return of the day. All right, friends, our next return from North Texas, Dallas, Texas here. As we get into this, once again, we've got a bunch of stuff in here from the feel of it, and it's so jam-packed full of stuff. I'm going to have to get creative. Looks like we've got some extras, some bonuses from whoever signed these cards. Looks like Larry Hardy, I see. Larry Hardy on a 75 Topps mini. Told you guys like those mini cards. There we go. Larry Hardy, coach from 1995, 2001. He was a part of that Texas team that Johnny Oates was the manager of. You Ranger fans might remember that. Sent that along in the envelope, which is why it was hard to get everything out of there. Looks like some answered questions as well. And there is my mini, but not quite as mini as those Ginters or the Gypsy Queens of Larry Hardy, Phoenix Firebirds, what's that called? Minor league card, as well as another Phoenix Firebird cards, a line drive, along with Alan Bannister, who, yes, I can get Alan to sign that other side of that card. So that will be very exciting to get completed. Larry Hardy was a pitcher in the big leagues, mostly a reliever. Didn't do that great. 1974, he got into 76 games as a Padre. Only one of those games he started. 75, he got into 3 games. 76, he got into 15 games for Houston, and that was it. Mostly known as a coach. Let's see what his questions are. Or his answers, I guess. Do you still follow the game? Yes. He works for MLB observing umpires. Well, that's got to be a full-time job. What do you think of the new rule changes? Okay, but I am old school at heart, and he did not answer any of the first 2 questions about how many autograph requests he get or if he has any pet peeves. So answer some questions. Larry Hardy, great return from him. Signed here in black Sharpie. The Padres 75 Topps card, as well as a couple of minor league cards. And yes, the 74 Topps Padre card that has the signatures on it. Need to send it off to a few more people as well before I can put that in my set. Maybe Fred Kendall. That'd be a very good candidate. Thank you, Larry Hardy. Let's move on, guys, to our next return. All right, friends. Chattanooga, Tennessee for our next return here. I've already lost track of how many returns. Is this 5? Could be 5. Maybe it's 6. I don't know. We've got, looks like a 69 Topps. Yes, 69 Topps of Clay Carroll with some inscriptions on here, as well as a 74 Topps team card. Also signed by Jack Bellingham. Very nice. $5 a card for Clay Carroll. 2-time National League All-Star, as well as World Series champion in 75. Clay Carroll led the league in saves in 1972. Member of the Reds Hall of Fame. Glad to get that 74 Topps team card signed by one other guy. I think I paid for Jack Bellingham. I think he's $5 as well. So that card's already cost me $10, but it looks awesome. I get a couple more signatures on that and put that in a 74 Topps set. It is going to look beautiful. Nice to get Clay Carroll. 83 years young, still signing away. Very nice. I was watching a Poor Man Stack video the other day from a few years ago. I think he was chasing some 60 Topps cards, and most of those guys were not around anymore. So very shocking to see that video and be like, oh my gosh, I was trying to get some ideas on who to get, and I looked a few up, and I'm like, man, these guys aren't around anymore. So very nice to have guys like Clay Carroll. That seems like the theme of today's video. I don't mean to be so morbid, but very happy to have a lot of these guys still upright and with us, and very cool to have them still signed for us, and very gracious to get these cards signed. Truly works of art as far as autographed baseball cards. That's really how I look at it. I think these cards, I think these signatures enhance the cards tenfold and really turn them into something unique. And even though there might be 169 Topps Clay Carroll cards signed out there, there's none signed exactly like the one he signed for me. So nice to get these cards back. Let's move on, guys. We've got a few more returns to go. Let's head back to Florida, Tampa/St. Petersburg. And we've got a 74 Topps Mets team card completed by Wayne Garrett. Wayne Garrett, a 69 World Series champion, 10-year career, 8 of those with the Mets, including, of course, the miracle of 69. In fact, he had a heck of a September and October, actually, helping lead the Mets to a miraculous division victory and, of course, eventual World Series championship. Played 1 year with the Expos, 1 year with the Cardinals, but the other 8 years with the Metropolitans. Nice to get this card signed for my 74 Topps set. Thank God I got it back. Jerry Kuzman, Ed Kranepool, and the late Jerry Grody on my team card. Now, who do I send that card off to next? It's got to be 100% return rate guaranteed, like a George Stone or somebody, the Stork, George Theodore. I don't know who to send that to. I was hoping, too bad Swoboda wasn't on the 73, 74. I think Swoboda was a Yankee at that time, so that's not going to work. But let me know if you guys have any opinions or thoughts on who to send that 74 Topps Mets team card off to next. I feel like I should get 2 more signatures on that bad boy. It's funny because everyone signs it. They try to sign it away from the players and the picture itself of the team, and I don't care if they cover up the team photo because you can't really tell who's who anyway in that team photo. So I want to see the whole thing covered in ink. They're all signing around the edges, trying to be careful on not signing over that photo. So maybe 2 more guys to send it off to, and then I put that in the binder and call it good. I do need a Mets signature card, which I've got a few of them. Anyway, I digress. Let's move on, guys. Let's get this video over with. We're almost there. 2 more to go. Lexington, Kentucky for our 7th return of the day. And there is no baseball card in this envelope. And I don't send requests without either a baseball card or a signature card. I feel a index card in here, so unless it's been flattened to the size of an index card, I think that's all I got back. And yeah, we just got an index card signed very, it's a rough signature from, it looks like Nelson Cheum, whose name is very hard for me to say. Nelson Cheum played for the 59 St. Louis Cardinals, 60 and 61 Boston Red Sox. Mostly as a reliever, actually had a pretty good year in 60 for the Red Sox. Nelson Cheum, I did send a 60 Topps card along with this request, and I do not have the 60 Topps card back. Speak of the devil, I just mentioned Poor Man Stacks and his going after 60 Topps card. This is one I was trying to get, and did not get the 60 Topps card back. Did get a signed index card, and this might have been the very last thing Nelson ever signed from the looks of it, because he passed away just a couple of weeks ago on July 15th at the age of 91. When I heard about it, actually, I did not think I was going to get this back. So very happy to get this back, even though the 60 Topps card was not in there. I'm sure he just forgot at the age of 91. He is forgiven for forgetfulness. I think hopefully we all will be, unless they've got some awesome pills in a few years where it cures being old, basically, which would be nice. But hopefully someone in his family has the card and they can spread it to the relatives and the nieces and nephews, or the grandnieces and nephews, whatever he's got going on. Hopefully the card has found a good home. And sorry to hear that he passed. 91 years old, that's a pretty good run. Thank you, Nelson, for signing this index card. Very happy to get it back. Let's move on, guys, to our last return of the day. And our final return of this week's Through the Mail Monday from San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we have Mr. Willie Montanez on a 74 Topps card in his classic Phillies attire. Spent most of his career, 7 years in fact, 7 of his 14 years with the Phils. He spent the remaining 7 years with 8 different teams. There you guys go. Willie Montanez, $5 a card, signed a 74 Topps Phillies signature card, as well as a 78 Topps card, a couple other cards as well. Great signature from him. Really good career. Finished second to Earl Williams in the 1971 Rookie of the Year balloting. Had a better career than Earl Williams, although Earl had a great rookie year. Had a pretty good sophomore year as well, but had a pretty okay career. Willie just had a better career. 71 All-Star. In fact, 77 All-Star for Willie Montanez. Nice to get these cards back. Signature card, but no team card, because the team card was off somewhere else at the time, and that's the big problem trying to efficiently get these 74 Topps cards signed for my set. The signature cards and the team cards are going to be very difficult unless I set them together, and then I'm waiting to get them back. So I'm constantly in flux with getting these cards signed. There's information. Do not forget, $5 a card. Willie's a good signer. He actually signed the signature card underneath his facsimile signature from back in 74, so that's actually really neat. Couldn't have worked out any better. George Culver also on that card, in case you were wondering who else signed it. And yeah, Alan Bannister was he was a Philly back then too. I could probably get him on that card since I'm sending him the line drive card with him and Larry Hardy on it. So Alan Bannister would be good to get on there. Not a classic, iconic Philly from back in the day, but he was a first-round draft pick of the Phillies back in 72 or 73, I do believe. So that'd be cool to have Alan Bannister on that card as well. So got some ideas to send it off to, but yeah, it's a logistical nightmare waiting for these cards to come back and who to send off to, and organizing all that and trying to be efficient, not sending the same guy 2 or 3 different envelopes with different cards in it. So I'm going to have to send Montanez back a Phillies team card to get that one completed as well. So that's kind of a bummer. Going to cost me a couple more stamps, but it is what it is. I want to get these sets looking good. So that's what I got to do for the 74 Topps card set with all these random inserts. Not inserts, but these random subsets they have within the set with these signature and team cards. But geez. Stay tuned, guys. Let's see how it turns out. And that is it for this week's Through the Mail Monday, number 290. Put it in the books. Hope you guys liked it. Comment down below and let me know what you guys thought of this week's video or this week's returns. Hit that like button. Helps me out. I think it does. I'm not quite sure how any of that stuff works, but that's what everyone else says, so that's what I'm saying. That's right. But hey, I do not say things like "let's go," which is an improvement over some other YouTube guys. So sometimes I say it and I realize I said it, but I say it with a different inflection. So it's more of a "let's go," more of a "let's go," which gets kind of annoying after a while. That's very bro-y. I try not to be bro-y. Anyway, guys, Seattle this weekend. That sentence was not in the correct order. Those words all mixed up. But I was in Seattle this weekend watching the Mets and the Mariners Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I did post some photos on Instagram. You guys can check them out. I'm on there at Chris Cards 86, I do believe, on Instagram. I try to post on there, and I just don't post very often. But when I do, hope you guys check it out and stare at it and say, hey, all right, here's a heart. Here's a heart for you, Chris. Thanks for posting that. So hopefully the Mets did good this weekend. I'm very excited for this trip. Went to San Fran earlier this year, saw 3 games down there, and now up here in Seattle. So nice, beautiful ballpark to go check out. I've already got seats for Friday and Saturday. No seats for Sunday yet. That's going to be a game of the week. Figure that one out here in a bit. Here it's Friday, actually. It's Thursday as I'm doing this video, much earlier than usual. I usually do it on a Sunday, but I won't be around, so I'm getting this done a little early. So I hope you guys like this video. I like doing it. Very strange returns. Not strange, just, the Nelson return was kind of weird. And, yeah, glad to get some of these signature cards back and team cards back, especially the Mets one, so I can send that off to some other people and get some more signatures on it and hopefully not have it get lost in the mail. And, yeah, it's risky. I know, I get it. But, when you're sending off cards like I do, you either got to put that in the back of your mind or just don't send anything off ever. So I'm going to send it off and hopefully get these cards back, and it's going to look great when it's done. And that's all I got. Hopefully the Mets did good this weekend. I'm not very optimistic because every time I see the Mets in Seattle, they do terrible. I don't know what their record is. The last 15 years I've gone up there and seen them, but they've been up there a handful of times, and every time I think they lose. I think we went to a 4-game series last time in 2017, and I think they played Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think we missed the Thursday game. And I think they bludgeoned the Seattle Mariners on Thursday. And then we saw Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think they lost all 3 of those games. So we missed the game they won and saw the 3 games they lost. So that's usually my luck when it goes to the Mets games. They're kind of in a wild card battle right now. In fact, I've got the Colorado Rockies Mets game, earlier day game on the DVR. Not on the DVR, but I got that on my MLB TV. I'm going to watch that here in a bit. I'm very excited. Hopefully they take 2 or 3 from the Rockies. But their hitting is been so inconsistent of late. I just don't know what to say about the Mets. So sorry, I don't mean to drone on about a team 99% of you probably don't care about. So let's end it, and I'll talk to you about my Mets-Mariners experience next Monday on the next Monday Through the Mail Monday in 1 week's time, which will be, August 19th. We're already almost halfway through August come next week. So time just flies, man. Time flies. So you guys don't waste any of it. That's my advice to you. Thanks for watching. See ya.